it's Tracy Jackson, also known as the Spiritual Cheerleader, coming to you this week with your pep tip of the week. This week's pep tip is actually on healing and the healing modality of soul guidance and sacred mentoring. I felt really called to offer healing circles every month, and our first one is going to be on July 13th. I chose this month, one, because it's my birthday month, and two, because healing has been so integral in my growth spiritually and the shifts and things that have occurred for me. It's not something that's necessarily broadcast out there, so most people don't think about it or even know about it. But I find that at least in the conversations that I've been having lately, I find that there's a lot of people who are kind of going through their own internal turmoil. And sometimes they can't make sense of everything that's really going on and happening for them, and need just a little extra boost of power to help them to kind of move to that next level. And sometimes, with these healing sessions serve as that boost of power. They help us to shift. They work on a soul level, on an internal level, to help heal things that maybe we're not aware of, or maybe we haven't opened up our hearts to, or we're just not privy to. And so, we do these healing sessions, these healing circles. The purpose for me doing that is to kind of set the tone and have something where you can come monthly to receive, kind of this shift in consciousness, that thing that helps to kind of like propel you forward, that little boost of encouragement, that boost of healing that really just helps your heart to open more, helps you to grow to that next level that you need to grow to, and helps to shake up and loosen up those things that no longer serve you and need to be released. Obviously, through these healing sessions, things can be released, but a lot of times they just really, come up against you to help shake things up so that things can be released more easily. So many of us hold on to things that we really don't need to be holding on to, and that's part of the reason I feel so passionate about these healing sessions. Obviously, I want to really kind of speak on the healing modality that I'm most familiar with, and that is the soul guidance and sacred mentoring healing modality that was created by Alana Fairchild. In that healing modality, it's basically getting a concentrated, powerful energy that comes into our present space. You'll be working with me online, but it comes into our present space where we are, the collective healing circle, and really holds the energy that the group needs to be healed. And so what comes through is what is needed for everyone in the group. And, a lot of times people are like, well, if I'm doing it for a group, is it really going to help me? Or is it really just going to be beneficial for someone else in the group? Is it picking up the energy for just one person in the group? And I'll tell you that whenever I facilitated the group trainings, it's something that everyone on the group training says, hey, yeah, I did need that. Like, that's something that I needed. Wow, that did help shift me. This is something that I've been working on, or this is something that I really needed to like push me to the next thing, or help me to move to that step forward that I really wanted to take, but for whatever reason couldn't bring myself to make. And so the actual tools that we use, the tools that we use are the Crystal Mandala Oracle by Alana Fairchild, and also the Crystal Angels 444 book, the Crystal Angels Crystal Masters, sorry, 333 book, Crystal Goddesses 888 book. And when I do workshops, we use the messages in the numbers book. We also use the actual healing template that has been created by Alana, depending on who our host is. So if we get an angel, our template is structured in one way. If we get a master, it's structured a little bit differently, and God is a little bit different from that. Each of the energies is very, very potent and very helpful to us. I kind of describe the angels as most people would, very loving, very uplifting, very gentle, very soft, but just feel good energy. The masters, it's a concentrated, powerful blast of energy. And with the goddesses, you've got the concentrated blast of energy, but you've also got this like nurturing, mother love type energy that comes through with them. And so the cool thing about the modality is that you don't really know who you're going to get as your host until you get in there. And that's because the host is chosen by the people in the group. And it's going to serve everyone in the group because they're the ones that choose it. So you might get an angel, you might get a master, you might get a goddess. It really depends on what that group needs. But whatever that group needs, it's going to serve them and going to help them to shift on a soul level in a way that, you know, it may not have if you were just doing this on your own. So I actually wanted to pull a card so you could kind of see what the cards look like and kind of understand some of what goes on in relation to it. But the card that I actually picked was Archangel Aniel, and it's pink calcite is the crystal that is associated with this, and the crystal angel that's associated with, and the message is acceptance. And if you watch my previous video, I was saying that this card kind of goes hand in hand with the commitment card that we got this week, because acceptance is that part of us that recognizes when things are working and not working, and doesn't force it, doesn't try to make something happen that isn't happening. Again, obviously, when we were talking about the card of the week, it was talking about commitment and kind of being committed to your spiritual path and committed to the journey, and kind of releasing the hold on spirit to like make it be a certain way. And that acceptance card really echoes that sentiment of release and letting it being a certain way, because you've accepted that maybe the way that you want it to show up is not necessarily the best way. So whatever's going on in your life, you're accepting it as it is right now, recognizing and trusting that what you do desire is coming forth, and spirit is bringing it in the highest way possible for you, the highest and best use for you. It's not going to be something that you miss out on. And I know a lot of people get really worried about this because they say, you know, one of my dreams, I've always wanted to be, you know, a singer. Like that's something that's always been in my heart forever and ever and ever. And I want it so bad. I want this. I want to be, you know, the pop star, rock star on stage and whatever. And you know, is spirit going to take away my dream? Are they going to say like, that's not really for me? And I would posit that that's not the case. You know, it will manifest in the way that works best for you. You know, I was just watching a couple of videos this morning. It was these viral videos gone bad of like American Idol and X Factor auditions where people had come in and they had been super, you know, like they were like, I'm a great singer, I can sing. And they would get in there and like really did not have the talent for singing. And the judges, you know, called them out on it. And a lot of them, you know, had really nasty attitudes about it. Like, you know, I can't believe, you know, that you would say that. Like, how do you know? And this, that, and the other. And they had the commitment, but the thing is, they were so not accepting. They were not accepting of what was happening in the moment. There was one person on there that I felt accepted it and said, I'm gonna use this as fuel for something else. I'm gonna use this to really, basically prove them wrong type thing. Because this person was saying, I have a job as a singer, I am a singer, and they were just telling her, well, okay, that's fine, you are, but we just don't feel like you are a singer for this particular show, like X Factor. Like, she didn't have the pop star type feel, and obviously there's something in that, right? Like, there's so many things that go into being a pop star, like they want somebody they can market and that people will jump on board with. They also want somebody that like kind of knocks your socks off usually, and so the thing is, like, though she was, I would say, a very, a decent singer, she wasn't horrible. She wasn't necessarily American Idol or X Factor material, and that's okay, right? It's accepting that, because not everybody can be an American Idol or, X Factor contestant, but that doesn't mean that there are not all these singers who make strides in amazing ways, other ways, right? Some people, find their following via social media. Some people, bust on street corners and in subways. They provide a service. They bring joy to someone's day. It may not be on, basically, big stages or whatever, but they're doing what they love. And so the thing is about this card, it's really about accepting what's coming through for you, whatever it is, and recognizing that just because you're accepting it doesn't mean that you're saying to spirit, okay, well, I'm giving up that dream, or I'm taking away that dream. You stay committed, but you release to spirit and say, okay, I know this is what I want to do. So you tell me the best way for me to share what it is that I want to share with the world. You tell me how it's best to move forward. And this is something that it took me a really, really long time to get comfortable with myself, right? But now I really do feel more released and more trusting of spirit that it's not going to lead me astray or lead me wrong. I definitely have my moments where I grasp, or I feel like, I really want this, and can I have it, and let's try to make it happen. But those instances are much less now, and the reason they're much less is because of the work I've done with soul guidance and sacred mentoring. I do not do anything or recommend anything that I haven't done myself. I have performed healing templates on myself. I've had others perform healing templates on me when necessary. Throughout our program, we're encouraged to do that with each other. So I've had that. And it's, like I said, something that I feel so passionately about, that I want more and more people to really experience, because I feel so many of us are hurting out here. We're feeling, dejected, rejected, disappointed, upset, and we don't know how or what is going to help us to, kind of get out of the funk that we're in. This is like a quick little something to help push you through, help you move forward to that next thing, and do it in a way that that will kind of give you that inspiration and encouragement that you need, so that you can start doing some things on your own to kind of integrate what you've learned in this particular healing session. So in this session, I obviously would read, the guidance that comes through for the card, but In addition to doing that, I will share a little bit about the archangel or goddess or ascended master that comes through for us. I'll also share a little bit more about the card, just like I did today, you know, how that card is coming through, and what we feel like it means for each one of us. Each of us will share that with the group if we feel comfortable, right? Because sometimes hearing somebody else, what they say, sometimes it can help you kind of center in and say, you know what? I never thought of it that way. Yeah, like that is coming up for me. So just having that circle, that safe container where this healing energy is just coming through, being channeled through, and you're able to sit in communion with others who are experiencing and going through and getting this same type of healing. It's something that that helps you shift at a greater level more quickly, because you're able to do it in concert with others and not feel alone in feeling like, oh, you know, there must be something wrong with me, because there's nothing wrong with any one of us. Healing, you know, is something that I wish more and more people would do on a daily basis, because so many of us are hurt. So many of us are sick. So many of us are feeling dejected, and we do need that energy to help us to get well, right? But so many of us do not do that. We basically, you know, we medicate or over medicate, or, you know, basically numb out to what it is that's going on for us. I've shared many times over how for me, my biggest numbing out was shopping. I did a lot of shopping to mask the pain and the things that I was feeling, because I just didn't want to feel them. I didn't want to acknowledge them. And it wasn't until I really came face to face with what I was doing that I was able to shift and make a change. So I hope that you will join me on July 13th. I will include, you know, information below about the Soul Guidance and Sacred Mentoring Program. If you want to join us on the Healing Circle, I have a limit of 6 people, because that's the limit to hold the energy of that particular template. But if you're interested, feel free to reach out to me. I'll include my email address in the comments so that you can reach out to me. I think we already have 2 people signed up for it. There's got to be a minimum of 3 for us to move forward. And obviously we need, you know, it can't be more than 6. But I do, obviously, if there's a lot of interest and energy for it, we'll, you know, talk about maybe doing a second healing circle during the month. If not, you know, we'll just do this one on the 13th, and the next one will be sometime in August. But I really do hope that you'll take me up on this, because like I said, I feel in my heart that it's something that so many of us need. The cost is $30. That's a discounted rate from my normal rate, obviously for my birthday month. And I again hope that you take me up on it. I'll include my email so that you can let me know if you're interested. You can also let me know in the comments here that you're interested, and I can get your email information so that I could send you the link so that you can pay, and then I can send everything to you for Zoom, because that's where we'll be having our healing circle. We'll be on Zoom. It'll be $30. It'll be 6 p.m. on July 13th. I'm doing that because obviously 13 has a significance for the sacred feminine. It also, 6 p.m. has connections to the sacred feminine as well. And I just felt really, really guided to do it on that date. So I hope that that is something that interests you. And if you want to be, you know, want to know about future ones, feel free to sign up for my newsletter. I'll be announcing those each month so people know that they're coming up. and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great one. Feel free to subscribe so that you get all of these wonderful, wonderful videos each week, and you don't miss out on anything. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.